What's up, everyone? I'm Sinai, your Force Stalker, and I'm about to one-shot this here Rungar with this baby, Barbara. So, let's get right into it, shall we? Oh, ain't she a pretty precious little dime? Alright, first we're gonna blap, 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 then we're gonna whap, then we're gonna bow, then we're gonna pow, then we're gonna slap, and then we're gonna eat. Then there's the boom. What? 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 Hey guys, it's Sinai, and it looks like my Barbara's too weak to one-shot that rune card. You know, cause April Fools. I said that my Barbara was crazy strong in the title and thumbnail, but she's not. I'm sorry for failing you. Please don't hate me. Anyway, I'm almost over it. But let's just try to see what I was trying to do that all the time. So we use Barbara's charge attack. Her charge attack scales off of her normal attack talent, and then it scales pretty well. Right now it's only at level 9. It could be at level 10, but then I don't think I'm emotionally ready to invest so much in Barbara's normal attacks, because I usually don't use her as a main DPS. I wouldn't have posted this video unless it was April Fool's, so I kind of rushed. And yeah, I can't farm these just yet, because as of recording, the daily reset didn't happen yet. Yeah. But anyway, we can give her extra hydro damage bonus using her second constellation. Her second constellation gives her a 15% hydro damage bonus when she uses her skill. And the same thing goes for her artifact set piece, the Heart of Depth, which gives her a charge attack damage boost by 30% when she uses her skill. We also get a 15% hydro damage bonus, 15% flat, from the 2-piece set. But of course, the whole big damage thing wouldn't have worked unless we got a crit hit and vaporize. So then we don't need to worry too much about crit rate. It just, the lower the crit rate is, just means that we can fish more. But then without good crit damage, we don't fish up those big fish. If that makes any sense to you. So yeah, we have a crit damage circlet, and we have good attack stats as substats and elemental mastery. Elemental mastery is also useful because it boosts the damage that vaporize does. You see, with higher elemental mastery, we do more damage using vaporize. We have a hydro damage goblet, low crit rate, pretty bad rolls, flat attack, but then it's part of the set piece, so I kept it anyway. I couldn't find a good timepiece. This was the one I was gonna use. It seemed so good. It had crit damage and elemental mastery, but then everything started to roll into HP. There were no extra rolls into elemental mastery or crit damage. I was so sad. But then yeah, I'm just borrowing one from I'm just borrowing a timepiece from my level 1 Kaching. And then for Feather, we have good crit damage, good attack, and elemental mastery, and luckily a low percent of defense. This is a pretty good Feather. And then for the Flower, we have good crit damage, good elemental mastery, and good attack. So yeah, a little bit of HP, that's alright. I'm pretty happy with these artifact pieces. But unfortunately, it couldn't kill that one rune guard. We have the Widsith. It gives us 55% crit damage. It's a 4-star, so it has 510 base attack. And also, its effect, it can give us one of 3 stat boosts once every 30 seconds for 10 seconds. It can give us 90% attack, 72% elemental damage, or 360 elemental mastery. The elemental damage is the one that helps us out the most, so when fishing for big crit hits, I also have to fish for this, so I have to get the elemental damage and a crit hit and make sure I'm not too slow on anything. So I keep the stat boosts. I only have like a 10-second window for the with Sith buff. It's only refinement rank 3. If it was 5, we could eke out a little more damage. And yeah, that's what Barbara can do. These are the final stats. Yeah, that much attack, elemental mastery, 204% crit damage, a pretty low percent of crit rate. Yeah. Hydro damage bonus 61%, which becomes higher when she uses her skill, and also the 30% charge attack damage bonus that we get from using her skill too. And then Sucrose. Because elemental mastery is so important, her passive talents are really useful. Passing on elemental mastery to the whole team. This one gives flat 50 when she does swirl, and then this one gives her team 20% of her own elemental mastery. So that means we just have to use her talents. It doesn't have to do a lot of damage though. If we swirl up Hydro, we can, with the Virtus Inventor set, decrease the enemy's elemental resistance by 40%, so our Hydro damage is going to be even stronger, and also pass on all of the elemental mastery. I tried to get a lot of elemental mastery for Sucrose. From here, the feather has 40, substat for the flower is 70, and then main stats for the rest. And then every other stat is pretty much just icing on the cake. I only use Sucrose with pretty much only focusing on elemental mastery. We have the Sacrificial Fragments, which is a book that has a lot of elemental mastery. We could have more elemental mastery if we went up to level 90, which is okay, but I don't really want to spend too much. I want to save for stuff, okay guys? And yeah, we end up with 870 elemental mastery that we can pass on 20% of to the rest of the team. I forget how much it was exactly. I'm sorry, I'm kind of too lazy right now to do the math. And then Bennett, even though Sucrose's talents weren't so important, Bennett's ultimate is. The higher his talent is, the more of his base attack we can transfer over to the active character in his ultimate. So yeah, we pass on his base attack, which means only his weapon's base attack from this 4-star weapon, level 90, and from his character level. I have a level 72 Bennett, and then the base attack with his sword comes out to this much. Because we only need Bennett's base attack and his ultimate, his artifacts also don't matter. So I just make him heal more, energy recharge, and a little sprinkle of damage. As for constellations, his first constellation passes on an additional 20% of his base attack when he uses his ultimate. So pretty much the only things that are important, his ultimate, his first constellation, and his base attack, which is his character level and weapon. His artifacts almost don't matter. Except, I almost forgot, his set bonus from the Noblesse Oblige increases our party's attack by 20% for 12 seconds when we use our ult. Yeah. Now for Ningguang, her artifact set is very useful too. She's a Geo character, so when she uses the Archaic Petra set and crystallizes an element, and if we pick up that elemental shard, we get a 35% damage bonus for that element. So we want to do this with Hydro. So she uses the Archaic Petra set, and because we're just using her for that effect, the stats are nice but not really important. Constellations don't really matter too. They don't buff Barbara in any way. And talents, same thing with the talents. She does, because she's a catalyst user, she can use the Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers though. So this makes the character that she switches into, that character is given a 48% attack buff. The character she switches into. Wait. If I... Bennett, and then... What have I done? I finally did it. I did it right this time. So yeah, it turns out in that first clip, I forgot to switch from Ningguang to Barbara to pass on the Thrilling Tales buff. Also, if you notice that I went to a different rune guard to try to do that one-shot thing, it's because I accidentally killed that first rune guard. I didn't get the right buff on Barbara's charge attack, I mean, from the Wit Sith, I got the Elemental Mastery one. It did crit, but it still did less damage because I didn't have the damage buff from the Wit Sith. Even though it did less damage, I guess I did more damage during the setup. So the thing died anyway, even though that one charge attack did less damage. Yeah, I'm sorry. It died, so I went to another one. I also forgot to mention when talking about all of the buffs that went to Barbara, that I didn't talk about the food. So then the food, it's a 5-star thing that gives you an attack buff of 372 flat attack and increases your crit rate by 12%. The attack percent is pretty self-explanatory. The crit rate made fishing easier. So even though it doesn't make the big damage number higher, it made it easier to get that. So yeah, I wound up with a 30.2% crit rate. So yeah, that was nice. Also, because there was so many things that went into making Barbara do so much damage in that one charge attack, I am going to put a page of all of the things that I talked about now. Anyway, thank you for checking out my channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. Happy April Fool's Day, and consider subscribing if you want to see more Genshin Impact content from me. Admittedly, I am pretty slow on the Genshin Impact content right now. It's just because I'm trying to figure out what kind of content I can do best for you guys. Anyway, yeah, so it's a little slow, but if you want to subscribe, that'd be more than welcome. So yeah, see you next time.